love and romance tarot readings. Per usual, I'm excited to get into today's video because today we're getting into how will you meet your soulmate, what they're like. We'll also see if you've already met them, to see if this is someone new we're talking about or someone you already know. So I'm excited to get into it. My Etsy shop is linked in the description below. If you would like a private tarot reading, that is where you can find me. And other than that, we're just going to get right into it. Pause the video if you need more time with the piles. We have group 1 with the Amazonite crystal point. We have group 2 with the Galactophane crystal point. Group 3 with the green zebra stone crystal point. And group 4 with the smoky quartz crystal point. So again, take as much time as you need and we're just going to jump right into it. All right, group 1 with the Amazonite crystal point. Let's get right into your reading. Have you already met your soulmate? How will you meet your soulmate? What are they like? Let's see. So Spirit, tell me about this connection. How is all of this coming about for group 1 with the Amazonite? How is everything coming together for them? How are they meeting them? I just heard there's something that you don't know. And then I just heard quick fix. So let's see what's going on. Yeah, Spirit is kind of clearly saying there may be someone that you guys are still attached to, if I'm being completely honest, because we have the I won't keep asking card. We have wait a little bit longer and pump your brakes. So this may be something recent that you're kind of coming towards. This is almost like an energy of you waiting so long that you're falling into bad habits or exploring old connections, feeling like, well, dang, maybe I'm supposed to be with someone in my past because no one new is coming through. So that must mean that someone in my past is who I'm supposed to be with. And Spirit is like, wait a little bit longer, pump your brakes, remember what you went through with that person. We have the I won't keep asking card. So this is likely, you know, an attachment to someone that you have or someone that you're going back to who, when they had the opportunity to be with you, they were not taking it. We have the I won't keep asking card. So I feel like you originally stopped talking to this person because they weren't, you stopped talking to this person because they weren't, you know, picking up what you were throwing down. They weren't taking the opportunity that they had with you. We have I won't keep asking. That's like an energy of you being like laying it on the line for them again and again and again and being like, okay, listen, I'm here, I'm ready, I'm willing to move forward with you if you are. And they weren't taking you up on your offer. And Spirit is like, let's not end up in a whole, you know, cycle again with that Joker, you know, due to a little bit of impatience. We have secret admirer and soulmate, so this is clear as day. I mean, this is a soulmate reading, and Spirit is saying your secret admirer is watching you. They have not revealed themselves to you yet. Interestingly enough, though, I feel like secret admirer is also, especially the way it fell on top of the soulmate card, I feel like that's more so Spirit confirming that your soulmate is someone that you have not met yet. I don't feel for every single one of you that your secret admirer has seen you somewhere and they haven't like physically revealed themselves to you. The energy that I'm getting more is just like Spirit saying this is someone that you have not met yet, someone that you don't know. So Spirit, tell me more for group 1. How are they meeting their soulmate? It's definitely happening on the heels of a breakup and it's happening when you're ready. So I'm getting an energy like any day now, to be honest, because look how everything came out. We have sailing and scorned. I feel like you were scorned from that relationship of trying to be with someone who you kept asking and asking and offering them commitment and your love, and they wouldn't accept it. And that kind of like, you know, caused a energy of being scorned or hurt, some sort of breakup. We got the sailing card. Sailing is all about, you know, smooth sailing. It's calm waters. It's, you know, healing. It's the healing phase after scorned or after a breakup, after a separation. And sailing also indicates like a long or an extended period of time where there's no action, nothing happening. And it's like, at least it's not, you know, crazy waters, but it's also like, it can be kind of boring after a while. Then we have the tempter and just the two of us. So this is you upgrading to not only you're calm, you're, you know, healed from your past situation, but you're ready for another connection. You're ready to go all in again, regardless of what you've been through. And then we have the tempter card. So this is like, you're tempted in this position. So it's like, Spirit is saying this could happen any day now, because how you're meeting your soulmate, I'm literally seeing all the steps that led you up to this point. So Spirit's kind of saying like, again, they're coming in any day now. Everything is just like coming out again and again. And when things come out and they reiterate themselves again and again, that's how I know like Spirit is really speaking. So I feel like they're coming in literally any moment. Spirit, what can you tell us? Anything we need to know? Anything that we can do about this? I do feel like you may have already met a soulmate. I always say like there's romantic soulmates and then there's life lesson soulmates, and usually it's very easy to tell the difference. And I feel like the last person you had been with, or the person that you are healing from, was that life lesson soulmate, and you're about to be initiated into something totally different, a different kind of soulmate here, the romantic kind of soulmate. And I think I'm really feeling like it's through all of the lesson. You've already kind of learned the lessons. So I feel like you've learned not to offer your love again and again and again, period, but also specifically like to someone who is not in a position of receiving, someone who doesn't honor their feminine energy and allow themselves to be treated or taken care of or given to. I feel like everything has kind of led you to this moment. We have emerging into grace. See, the thing about grace, I Googled the word grace not too long ago because it stuck out to me when I was watching another reader. And I looked it up, and grace, think about like a grace period, you know? Say your rent is due on the 1st, but your rent company, your rental company has a 3-day grace period, so you can pay it by the 3rd without penalty. That's what grace is about. And I feel like Spirit is saying like, give me some grace here, you know, like your energy has been getting, I don't want to say aggressive, but tightly wound and maybe a little bitter and frustrated, and you may be taking it out on the people around you or out on the divine, on people online. Some of you, like, you may notice when you see something online, it's extra triggering. So you're that person that is seemingly crazy going off in the comments like this is clearly about something bigger than this video. Like Spirit is saying like, you know, emerge into grace, offer me a grace period, give me some time, you know, wait a little bit longer. This is a part of the process as well. We have coming into power. It says I step into my power boldly and confidently. So this is about knowing who you are and knowing that your magnetism literally has no choice but to bring you the best possible love offer, because you deserve it, because you have worked on yourself, because you're strong, because your energy is deserving and worthy and powerful. For me personally, I throw myself into work, and I know that can be unhealthy as well, but shit, I never threw myself into work and not gotten some sort of benefit, so I'll put it straight like that. But that's what I personally do, like, because it's hard when you have already been working on your affirmations and working on believing in yourself and things like that. It's hard to give grace when you don't have anything that you can like put that energy into. So I would say maybe if you guys need to get some anger out or frustration out, I'm hearing go to the beach, surprisingly, when usually going to the beach is more like chill, but going into the beach, making sand castles, playing in the water, having a day where you're having fun. Spirit is saying so that can shift your energy. Also, Spirit is saying something about the water going over your feet that may be symbolic in some way, pouring water over the feet. I feel like I've heard something about that before in the Bible. I know Mary Magdalene, didn't she wash Jesus's feet with her hair and water? I don't know. I'm getting something about that being like spiritual experience for you, like very cleansing or something like that. But Spirit is saying that's not necessarily for you to program your energy, but to clear your energy. Going to the beach, getting in the water, allowing the water of the ocean, the lake, whatever, to wash over you is going to be greatly beneficial moving forward. But beyond that, I'm hearing Hobby Lobby. Some of you guys, maybe you haven't done your monthly or quarterly Hobby Lobby trip where you go see what they got, you shop. Something about that, like maybe you should make a new vase, Spirit is saying, like something about art or like a hobby, decoration and things like that. Like something that you could do in this time is to focus on your hobbies again. And Spirit is saying for those of you who don't really throw yourself into work because you go to work and then you kind of leave work at work, getting back into your hobbies or something like that. But we have embarking on an adventure and making a difference. There may be a cause that's calling you as well. It says, my inner light shines far and wide. You may be being called to some sort of cause that, you know, Spirit is saying, take your idle hands. You know, they say that the idle hands are the devil's playground, and it really is, seriously. When you don't program yourself and say, this is what I'm doing, trust, the energy outside of you will program you. So instead of allowing your consciousness and your energy to be harvested and stolen by the news or social media or, you know, your past, you know, frustration, you know, low vibrational energy, spiritual attacks, program yourself and, you know, figure out what you're going to do at this time. Like make the decision about what you're going to do, because otherwise you're kind of sitting idle, and that's a very dangerous place. Embarking on an adventure says, I savor the wonders of the world. So Spirit is being completely clear, like, you know, this is the time to embark on an adventure, make a difference. There's some things that you can do, getting back into old hobbies, but I don't see that there's anything for you to do in relation to your soulmate. So that's at least a breath of relief that, you know, there isn't anything being called of you like, oh, you have to do this to get your soulmate. No, I don't see that. I just heard not conditional, not conditional. You meeting your soulmate is not conditional. It's not based on anything else. It's something that's already in motion and something that's already going to happen. Spirit, tell me more about this. I was just about to say about this meeting, and Spirit's like, no. Spirit, okay, well, it obviously will be different from person to person how you meet them. I know that you're going to meet them soon. We have the Empress card and the Eight of Wands in reverse. Spirit is like, if they know how they're going to meet their soulmate, they're going to go and try to force it to happen and end up with the wrong person. Like, for an example, if I were to say, oh, I see you meeting your person when you're out and about. Oh, it looks like, okay, there's an energy of a bookstore here. You're going to meet them at a bookstore. You're going to start frequenting a bookstore and catch someone else's attention and end up in a cycle with someone else versus like, you know, you stumbling upon the serendipity, the magical experience. Spirit is saying, give me grace on that as well. Allow me to bring that together. Allow your own magnetism, your true power to attract it to you. Because one thing about the Empress, oh my God, she's a magnetic queen. The Empress is all about fertility, and she is not about force. She is completely all allowance. She is the Empress. Therefore, she is, you know, respected. Therefore, she attracts gifts. She is abundant. She is fertility itself. So she doesn't have to chase after opportunities because the opportunities chase after her. I get such a powerful energy. You've worked so hard, you group one, and I really feel that you are at a tipping point where it would be so easy for you to fall prey to your own shadow side, your own nature of wanting to create and get things done and do. You're obviously one of those kind of people where it's like you see a problem, you're going to fix it. You're not going to wait for a miracle. So it's a struggle for you to know, like, And because I also feel like you have all the reason in the world to surrender to that energy too. You have all the reason in the world to create this instead of allowing it. Like, I feel like you have many examples where you have had to, oh, I didn't even notice that this had flipped over. Let's see if there's any other ones. I feel like you've experienced so many situations where, you know, if you didn't create the opportunity or you didn't do something, it wouldn't have get done, or it would have fell to the wayside, or it would have been sabotaged. So you have all of that to back up why you should move now. But I feel like in your heart of hearts and your soul, you know that you shouldn't, and you know that there isn't anything left of you. Spirit is saying there's, you know, allow for grace here. Something about grace. I feel like you guys move in a very matter-of-fact kind of way. It's like 1 + 1 = 2. And Spirit is saying that's not how the journey works. You don't instantly, things don't always instantly manifest. And sometimes it's because of circumstances outside of you. Say your person is spending a week in your city a month from now. You know what I'm saying? So say you meeting this person is conditional on them going on the business trip to get to you. You could be frequenting a bookstore or out here trying to make things work when your person is nowhere in sight. It was the natural magnetism that would attract you to where you're supposed to be. Spirit is saying your innermost core knows what to do. You know, your intuition, your own magnetism, like you're gonna know when to move, and it's not gonna likely even be because you're trying to go meet someone and you know that this is the day you're going to meet them. It's just like, that's how it happens. So there's a huge theme of allowing for grace. And we got the 4 Swords in reverse. You know, the 4 Swords is a card of reflection. 4 Swords can be a little bit of a card of like kind of plotting your next move as well sometimes. And it's funny that that's coming up in reverse, because Spirit is saying there's nothing for you to reflect on. There's nothing to be taken away from here. You know, you not meeting love is not, you not meeting your soulmate is not because you haven't figured out the right thing for you to do yet. It's completely outside of your control. And that is the truth of this universe. Not everything is always in our control. So I'm going to see what they're like though, but we have the Hermit card and the 9 of Cups. So Spirit is being really clear to that effect, saying that, you know, you'll know when to move, but also you have to be confident with this 9 of Cups in who you are, because that confidence is going to guarantee the result that you want. Spirit, tell me about this soulmate. What are they like? I'm hearing it's the final countdown. Oh, snap. We got the Exorcist and the King. The Exorcist. Now, this is someone who will completely, wow, this is someone who really knows how to handle your energy. If you're someone who's more spicy, or if you get like annoyed when people don't keep it real, this is someone who's going to keep it real with you. But this is someone who can like completely calm you down. It's like, I don't even know how to explain this energy, because I'm seeing someone who's really combative, and that's just your natural like energy. You may have, that may be because you were raised by combative parents, you know, that could be because that's your personal energy. That could be because of, you've had to be because of what you experienced. Regardless, I'm seeing someone who's really combative, and that's not all of you, group 1, but I am seeing that. And I'm seeing this person like completely like knowing how to handle that and not being fazed by the combative energy. They're not moved. They're not afraid of it. So I really like that. It says freeing yourself and others of destructive impulses. So this person has the ability to calm you down. If you're high energy and pissed off, they're not gonna yell at you. They're not gonna like argue with you. They talk in a very calm, soothing tone. I'm hearing cooing. They're kind of allowing you to return back to your, even more than inner child, your inner baby. And it's like you're cooing with them, like you like them. It's like a cat purring. It's like, I don't like very many, but I like you type of energy. We have the King, enlightened, benevolent leadership, benefiting those in your charge. So this is someone who takes care of you. This is someone who is a really good leader as well. They take responsibility. Like, they're not the kind of person who, if you don't pay the bills don't get paid. They're the kind of person who is on top of it. They're very organized, very much so a leader. And I feel like this person is in charge of their own kingdom already. I feel like they, ooh, I love that. Very, very nice contrast we got that just came up. But I feel like they already have their own things that they're responsible for. And I feel like this person is whole outside of a relationship already. So they don't, you know, they're not looking for a void filler. They're not looking for someone who's going to be able to cook and clean for them, or someone who's going to pay the bills for them. They're the kind of person who already kind of has their ducks in a row, and they already have themselves together. So it's more like, it's more about what can we create together versus like, what do I need from you and what do you need from me? We have the Servant that came up, which I really love. Delight in serving others with a free and loving heart. So this is a very giving person. You know, they know they're a king. They know of their own power, but they don't try to use that on you. They don't feel the need to, like, you know, be super controlling. We got the Judge card here, balancing justice and compassion, managing the fair distribution of power. I feel like they're fair. They're a good balance of holding you accountable, holding themselves accountable, and leaving room for grace, leaving room for mistake, leaving room for compassion. And then we have the Trickster. So I feel like this is the kind of person, you guys may have a specific way you kind of need to be talked to get from point A to point B. They say it's not what you say, it's how you say it. But with you, I do feel like it is what you say. And this person, they know the right language to use to move forward with you. They know, like, how to say things as well. Transcending convention, stuffiness, and predictable behavior. So this person, I feel like they're gonna kind of continuously surprise you because they have different aspects of their personality that will unfold as you get to know each other. And they can be very, like, not impulsive, but what's the word I want to use? Like, spontaneous, very spontaneous. So yeah, that's what I have for you guys. No, I do not feel like you've met this romantic soulmate yet. I do feel like you have met a soulmate, but that is not what's coming through. Spirit is saying, give me a little grace. Give more grace to the process as a whole. I don't see that there's, you know, a bunch of work for you guys to do. I feel like this is the perfect time for you to embark on your own adventure, a new journey. And yeah, that's what I have for you. That's what I got about your soulmate. My Etsy shop is in the description below. As you know, if you want a private tarot reading, that is where you can find me. But that is what I have for you today, Group 1. I'll talk to you soon. All right, if you chose Group 2 with the Galactophane Crystal Point, this is your reading. Spirit, this is for Group 2 today. Have they met their soulmates? What is their soulmate like? How will they meet their soulmate? Oop. For Group 2 with the Galactophane, let's see. All right. Wow. So as far as how you're meeting them, I'm definitely seeing you're meeting them in an interesting period. It's kind of like things happen rather quickly too. We have the Let's Take a Break card and Lucky in Love. So someone, it looks like someone ends up breaking up with you or saying that you guys should go on a break. I'm also getting a little bit of an energy of a college energy where it's like someone's going off to college or someone's moving to a new city. You're not going to see them in the same place that you've seen them anymore. So it's kind of just like this spontaneous kind of like happening here. We have Lucky in Love on the heels of Let's Take a Break. And then we have Show Love and In Heaven. Now this is for very, very few of you, but someone, Spirit is saying, yeah, someone, not all of them, but someone was led to a dating app. And you're just so happening to find like the person of your dreams on there. With Show Love, this is like an energy of you being like, okay, you know what? I'm sad about this breakup, but I'm not going to let it get me down. And usually maybe you would take a long period of time where you would just wait to see what would happen. And you're showing love. You're going out or you got on a dating app. It's very natural. I'm seeing you're meeting this person when you're, this person may have had some serious narcissistic tendencies. We got vampire and squeaky clean. So it's like, ooh, see, the thing about it is a lot of times you'll feel like someone is a narcissist that is just in a transitional period themselves. You'll notice like people who are in a transitional period, a lot of times they'll bounce their beliefs off of you. So they're developing new beliefs by using you as something to constantly disagree with, to harden their new beliefs or to come to their new version of themselves. And that can be very draining when it feels like you're always wrong or you can never do anything right. And that's a little bit of the energy that I get here, where it's like this person was always right, squeaky clean, always perfect, when really they were draining you. So with this finding common ground card, I feel like this is a part of the reason you're able to move into this place where you're actually like kind of okay taking a break and able to kind of put yourself out there so quickly again, because with this finding common ground card, it's almost like, I'm gonna miss you, but I can agree that this is not it. I can agree with this breakup because like this, you're drained in some way, and it can come through as someone is a narcissist when they're in this transitional period, even if they're not an actual narcissist, just because of how they try to develop their beliefs instead of in a personal way. They develop their beliefs by constantly arguing down their partner. And picking fights. So we have crazy for love, secret admirer, and again, timeout just turned over. So there's an energy of you being on a break. And I feel like, you know, you left room for that person to come back. You hadn't completely decided that you would never be with them again, but also you're in this space where you're opening to new love. We have secret admirer and crazy for love. So surprise, and then I heard in the next 3 weeks you're going to be surprised by someone kind of revealing themselves to you. Someone is meeting their person at the gym. I'm picking up too. It may just be like, you know, they're, you know, approaching you at the gym when you're doing your own thing. But I'm also hearing impressed, like you may be able to lift a lot more than you look like you can. But as far as how you're meeting your person, you're meeting them when you're out in some way. Like when you go out, when you're, oh my God, that's one of the benefits of being in a relationship, because when you go out, you don't have to worry about how you look, you know? Like, I don't know, like when you're single, it's like, ugh, what if the love of my life is at the grocery store? Like, let me at least put in some effort. But when you're in a relationship, you're so comfortable. It's like, listen, I already got mine at home. I'm gonna go to the store, I'm gonna get my items, and I'm out of here. But with this energy, with you guys, I feel like you're putting an effort, you know, and I feel like you're either, it's gonna be different from person to person, but I do feel like it's natural for a lot of you. It's a mix of natural and unnatural, because you wouldn't normally, like, you know, put in so much effort to your outfit, or if you're a feminine, you wouldn't put in so much effort to how you like do your makeup or whatever, your hair, unless you were single. So there's like intention, but also not complete perfection here. Some of you are meeting your person on a dating app, but a lot of you are meeting your person either as you're at the gym or as you're out and about doing errands and things like that, because I see that you're just ready. You know, you look good, you look presentable, but I don't see you like going out of your way to like go to the bars and things like that per se, to meet someone. It's kind of a mixed bag here with you guys group 2. But someone is noticing you before you notice them. Secret admirer doesn't have to be someone who's watching you online or always watching you at the gym. This could be like very situational, like someone's admiring you and you don't notice as you're, you know, just out to eat with a friend, just doing your own thing. So we have the happy family card that turned around. This person really wants to start something with you. Ooh, and look at this. We got just the way you are. Just the way you are. Happy family and just the way you are. Someone who doesn't need you to change. Someone who's also not in the process of rediscovering themselves so they don't have to bounce ideas off of you. And then we got released baggage, gone and high maintenance, just not that into you, out of the blue. Oh my God, oh my God. There's so much going on. It's like you've wanted to let this person go for a long time. Released baggage, gone, high maintenance, just not out into you. Like, it's like this person was so high maintenance anyway, and they didn't really, they didn't treat me nearly as good as this new person is treating me. There's just like an energy here of you guys ghosting that person completely. Like, you may have been keeping in touch and texting them every here and then just to let them know you're still there for them, or, you know, to see where they're at in their process, to see like how they're doing, to check their temperature, see if there's any potential for the future moving forward. And I see you dropping it like it's hot, like dropping this person, releasing the baggage, and you're up out of here. You're like, that relationship was too high maintenance anyway. It was too much work. They were very vampiric. They weren't even that into me, obviously, because now you see how you're being treated by someone who feels like you're perfect just the way you are, someone who feels like you're their other half to having a happy family. Like, the way that someone treats you when you're perfect and when they're happy with who they are and what you bring to the relationship is very different than what you've experienced in the past with this vampiric person who just kind of took. So it's easy for you to dip out. Now, confessions, I don't know, you guys. We got out of the blue in confessions, so I feel like this is gonna be a surprise. Okay, Spirit's saying it's not them. It's not the old person giving you a confession. I feel like the old person is going to be in denial for a long period of time, and then their heart is going to kind of turn cold, to be honest, but that's none of your business, and it's not your responsibility to worry about that, so I wouldn't worry about that. I would go live your happy life as you deserve. But I feel like for a while they're going to be in denial that you kind of like stop trying out of the blue, and they're going to be suspicious that you some of you guys are going to be engaged. You're going to get engaged and you're going to post it on your social media, and then they're going to like really have to face the facts. They're going to be shook. And like I said, I feel like that's the learning lesson for them, because they're going to have to accept, like, man, I had it all and I gave it up, and it's just gonna have to be like a life lesson for them. But we have confessions and out of the blue. Spirit is saying this confessions card is not talking about the person of the past. It's talking about this person coming in spontaneously out of nowhere, this chance encounter, this meeting. Spirit is saying that is what we're talking about, that is coming through out of the blue. So let's pull some tarot, and then we'll see what the soulmate is like. But as far as how you're meeting them, honestly, you're meeting them randomly. I feel like we touched on so many different potentials in this group. But Spirit is making it clear it's gonna happen naturally. It depends on kind of where you go, where you end up. We have the Six of Pentacles and the King of Cups. This is you being showered with love. This is you being loved very well. We have the Knight of Swords in reverse. Ooh, why is this giving me eat their words energy? Let me turn it up right so you can see he's putting the sword down his, you know, throat. And it's just like, man, everything that someone told you in the past is all being shown to you as not true. We got the Chariot, and it just flew out. Like, suddenly things are moving forward. Suddenly things are different. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Suddenly someone's coming in and they're offering to take care of you. Four of Wands, that's marriage energy. And I knew it, because I'm like, yeah, I feel like I'm seeing someone getting engaged. Six of Swords, there was some sort of like major change that you were going to make, and it wasn't needed, I'm hearing. Like, I feel like you would maybe even try to make yourself perfect for that person, and that was never needed. There's such an overwhelming energy of like love and having an overabundance here with your spread. We got the Lovers card. We got the Four of Wands. The Lovers is a divinely guided connection, whereas the Four of Wands is marriage energy, choosing to say I do. Have you met this soulmate yet? No, but I do feel like you're meeting this person pretty soon here. I think it was this pile where I heard 3 weeks in the beginning. I don't remember now. They all kind of blend together by the end, but we have the Knight of Pentacles and the Chariot. So that is an offer for someone to move forward. Also, I see someone taking you into a whole new life. Wow, this feels so, it feels like a movie. It literally feels like a movie. Like the way that things are going to actually unfold for you guys is going to be very cinematic. I feel like this person is rich, to be honest. I was getting that with the Six of Pentacles energy, and now with the Chariot here, it's like you have a new family, a new like, this person's family is really going to love you, really accept you, really welcome you in. But there's like this whole new life you have here moving forward. We got the Seven of Swords and the Strength card in reverse. So it's a little bittersweet. You know, we have the Seven of Swords, and this is kind of you reflecting on the past, like, dang, did it have to end that way? Did we really have to, like, man, I really thought that person, it's not that you're sad because you don't get to move forward with that person, but it's kind of just like they did have potential, and you're looking back at the past and you're like, thinking about their potential, and you know, it's just bittersweet. But we have the Six of Cups, and it's funny because if you look, you can see like she's spilling her water in her cups, and it's just like my cup runneth over type of energy. Like you're living your new life is about play. There's a lot of play, a lot of fun. Also, I'm seeing like trivia and board games. Your partner that you're meeting has a group of friends, and they either go on vacations together or they play games together. Friendsgiving, they celebrate holidays together. Like they have a big group of friends, and they may have like this ritual of like, okay, we board games, you know, Saturday or whatever. Like they have this thing that they do that you're going to be invited to, and it's going to be so fun, and they think you're so funny. I'm seeing someone play Cards Against Humanity, and they think your cards are so funny. Like you're a great addition to the group. So I'm in love. Okay, so we have the Five of Wands in reverse and the Six of Swords in reverse. So this is an end to confusion. I feel like that's a part of what made this person so vampiric as well, that they confused you. Spirit, what is the soulmate like? Tell me about the soulmate moving forward. What are they like? We have the Child Eternal and the Rescuer. I love this so much. I love this so much. Okay, so the Child Eternal, determination to remain young in the body, mind, and spirit, ability to see things with fresh eyes. The Rescuer provides strength and support to others in crisis, acts out of love with no expectation of reward. This person is such a giver, and that's what I said, like overabundance of love. It feels very overwhelming. It feels very overwhelming. Like, you know that feeling when you're about to cry, that feeling in your throat of just like tightness? I feel like you having that feeling, almost like you're about to freaking throw up because of all of the love you give. It really is overwhelming, and you really are gonna have to get used to it. I'm seeing you like break down in the bathroom of the board game night, because it's not the board games, but it's so much more. It's like the fellowship that you've always wanted to have. You have, and the partner you've always wanted to have, the life you always wanted to have, and it's an interesting time for you because it's a bit confusing, because at the same time you do think of the person that you had been dealing with for so long, and you're like, man, I really had my heart set on this would be the person I would be having this with, but that's the world that I imagined, and I knew that the world was possible, but it was never them. They're just not that person. They didn't create that life for themselves. It was never them, but you're still getting that life, and even that is such a blessing. Like, and then the Rescuer, that's what I'm saying. Like, I know it's kind of like a common thing. People say, oh, it's gonna be like a whole new life, but that's literally what I see with this Chariot card here, like this movie style, like whole new life you're embarking on, and they're really taking you to a different place. We have the Prince. They're very chivalrous, very romantic, very sweet. It says romantic charm and potential for power. So this person, you're also meeting them at a point in their journey where they're not perfect. They don't have it all figured out. They have things that they love, friends that they love, but they're also still growing as a person. So they do have a room for growth, and they're open to sharing that life with you, that part of their journey with you. We got the hedonist and the femme fatale, and then we have the avenger. So this person's got a dark side. Do not frickin' frick with them, okay? The avenger, desire to balance the scales of justice, righteousness on the behalf of society or oneself. So this is the kind of person, once they hear what you've been through, they're gonna get very angry, and they're gonna make it a point to show you what you deserve. Femme fatale highlights the erotic energy of the feminine, opens your heart when dependency is rejected. So I feel like an energy of this person really exposing themselves to you, or allowing you to expose yourself to them if you have a suppressed feminine or an suppressed like erotic nature, a suppressed kind of just like sacral, even like your sacral chakra. Like if you have sacral related trauma or a suppressed sacral, they're really going to allow you to open yourself up. Something that may have specifically really bothered you about your last partner is they would scorn you if you acted like you wanted it, like you couldn't want it. You had to play games. It was always on their terms, you know, you couldn't want them. And this person is allowing you, like they're pushing you to activate your own femme fatale within you, to activate. They want you to tell them no if you don't want it. They want you to tell them when you do want it. They want you to be able to be mean. They want you to, like, you don't always have to be nice. They want to activate your inner shadow. They embrace it. It's okay. Like, this person wants you to be all that you are. And then we have the hedonist. It says, inspires creative energy to embrace the good things in life, celebrates the beauty in yourself. So this person is definitely someone who loves to indulge. Like, I feel like, I'm like, what is this? Spirit is saying wealth, and it doesn't have to be financial wealth. It could be their wealth in friendships, because here's the thing, like, who wants to work for the rest of their life? Like, unless you're living out your dream job, a lot of people don't want to work. But having a husband or a wife, a life partner that you really love, that you can come home to, makes it worth it to go to work. So this person is wealthy in other ways. I do feel like they're financially wealthy, because there's just no shortage of food, drinks, and resources with this person. That could be because they just take responsibility over you, and they want to care for you, and they don't want you to have to worry about anything. But this person is wealthy in friendship. This person is wealthy in camaraderie. They're wealthy in resources. They want to go out. They want to explore. They're wealthy in so many different ways. There's a heavy indulgence energy here of them just wanting you to indulge. So yeah, you guys, I'm so happy for you. That is what I have for you, group 2. My Etsy shop is linked in the description below. If you would like a private tarot reading, that is where you can find me for one. But that is what I have for you today, and I will talk to you soon. All right, group 3 with the green zebra stone. Let's get into your reading. How will you meet your soulmate? Do you know them already? We'll get into that too. And also what they are like. So let's see. Spirit, this is for group 3 with the green zebra stone. How will they meet their soulmate? Tell me about this coming together. How is everything coming together for group 3? This card has come out for every single group so far. I feel like this is a collective energy. I'm hearing for you guys that you've been trying to create the perfect partner for a while now, through other people and also through manifestation, and it hasn't worked. We got the soulmate card. Spirit is saying your soulmate is your soulmate. You can't make someone become your soulmate. We have the forbidden fruit card that came up in Too Tough. So you guys naturally gravitate towards people who need a lot of work, or they gravitate towards you, like people who need a lot of work, the outcast. You may resonate with like the rebel, the outcast, people with troubled beginnings, people who aren't normal, people who don't play the games of society, but you're dealing with a very special kind of group of people that need a lot. We have Too Tough and forbidden fruit. So I see that you guys frequently struggle with temptation, and I feel like that temptation is what you're used to. Like, it's giving me an energy of like the first person you dated really like is your type, but that person is more cold and distant, or there's something wrong with them, something about the people that you date typically have these energies in them that aren't good for developing a relationship. So we have get off your high horse, and that spirit saying you cannot create this opportunity, or you cannot make this happen, or you cannot make the perfect person out of someone who's broken. You know, this is like an energy of you kind of being the master creator of your own reality, but spirit is saying like this is the one thing or many things in this reality that we can't force or create, but this is something that really is going to happen naturally. We also got the soulmate card. I'm pretty sure this has also come out for every single pile, so I know we're tapping into the right energy, but spirit is making it clear like you're someone who can be very stubborn, someone who is a master creator, and a huge part of your journey has been to not only allow, but specifically to surrender to the powers that be, to let love into your life and allow yourself to be surprised versus creating. So I'm hearing deviation. Spirit is saying you've actually kind of taken yourself off the path that your soulmate has naturally been on at some point, because of trying to find it or make it happen. Oh my God, I'm seeing like a movie scene play out of a movie that I know I've never seen before, but it's a movie about like a god or a goddess. Like, imagine Thor dropped on planet Earth and he lost all his power. So he knows that he's a god, but he's now having to actually deal with like conflict resolution in a way that's not like, okay, I can just grab my hammer and channel the thunder. Like, he's having to talk things out and deal with things and deal with having a boss and, you know, someone on like above him in a way. I'm getting that energy, which is so weird. The psychic energy has been ship-hopping, baby. Like, I've never seen that movie. I don't know if that's a real movie, but I'm seeing something like that. Like, I just saw a vision of a scene in that movie that I know I've never seen. But the point is, like, there's this interesting energy within you, because I feel like you've awoken to your inner god, your inner goddess, the goddess god power within you. You know that you're a master creator, and you know that you can create your own reality, but you're in a position where you're disconnected from your power in some way. So it's been a frustrating journey because you've gone in and out of surrendering and trying to create. We have desire like fire, and we have lust at the bottom of the deck. Something about your Lilith energy too. I was hearing that your Lilith energy may have gotten you into a lot of trouble when you were younger. Like, I'm picking up on someone who has the ability to seduce. It's like that's your superpower. You have the ability to seduce, but it ended up biting you too. Like, instead of just being a femme fatale, you got hurt somewhere along the way or something like that. I'm picking up on, and there's this like inner force within you that just wants to break out. Spirit is saying you're meeting your soulmate in the way that, here comes the Saturnian daddy energy. you're meeting your soulmate in the way that Spirit says you're meeting your soulmate, or Spirit brings it in when it's supposed to happen as well. It's not something that can be forced. Yeah, we got the Magician in reverse and the Ace of Swords in reverse. Spirit's like, this is one of the few things that you cannot force or control, and it's been a very difficult journey for you to accept that, because I feel like at every turn it's felt like you almost had opposition. Like it feels like you may have had a lot of enemies or people that had spirits attached to them. Like I feel like you guys have dealt with a lot of low vibrational attachment. Like I'm getting an energy of like a coworker that darn near looks like a real demon. Like I feel like you've dealt with people in public, people who like have tried to pick on you, or like I feel like you guys can see spirits, and it's not like you can literally see spirits like a medium. It's like you can see when someone has a spirit attachment on them, and for whatever reason it feels like they're always trying to attack you. I don't know what that is. I'm seeing another flash of a movie, and I want to say it's the Exorcism of Emily Rose, but there's like a point in the movie where she's outside, walking outside, and there's people walking by her like with umbrellas because it's raining, and she's seeing their faces like morph into demons or something like that. I feel like a very intense scared energy with you guys. Like you've seen people like morph into monsters, or you can see the monster attachments on people or demonic attachments on people. I'm like, what the heck is going on here, Spirit? I feel like your process, group 3, is more about controlling your own Lilith energy, your own shadow energy, your own shadow energy. I feel like has attracted to you other shadow energy and other people through work experiences, through romantic experiences. There's a seed that was planted at some point that draws you in. Like your experience resonates with that darker energy. This could be a dark childhood. This doesn't have to be exactly reflected back to you as you experienced it. So this could be like, you know, maybe your parents were, you know, they didn't raise you in a way that was with love, and you know, whatever. They treated you like freaking Cinderella, like a whole princess, but you're made to clean the house and not let out, and you know, kind of tortured. Like it could be that energy is attracted to you because you spend so much time in it, and now it shows itself in different forms. Because this is a soulmate reading, and I'm like, why do I keep pulling up on these like demonic ass co-workers or something like that? And I feel like there's a darker entity that may be attached to you, or like you have this darker power in you, but it's kind of just running rampant because it has not been controlled, or you haven't balanced your light with your dark to make it so you can shut this power up and tame it when it needs to be, and use it when it's most beneficial. We have the High Priestess in reverse, so there's definitely some sort of spiritual reason why this hasn't come through yet. And I do not feel like you know this person at all. I feel like you've dealt with people that you've been attracted to due to like something that happened in the past. I feel like ever since then you've attracted kind of low vibrational partners. We have the Page of Cups, which lets me know like you likely started your journey in love at, shoot, I don't want to do too much, but like 14, 15, young, okay, young. That may have been when your first romantic partner was in your life with this Page of Cups. And Queen of Pentacles made you a savage, but if you look at her shadow of the Queen of Pentacles, someone who knows her worth, someone who's powerful, a bad bitch, it looks kind of like a demon sticking its tongue out. And she's not even aware of her own shadow element, you know? There's definitely like some sort of underlying energy here, or underlying darkness, I feel. 3 of Cups in reverse. Your first relationship may have been a third party situation where you had to try to, you know, fight with someone else, or you were in love with someone that you could never have because maybe they were married or already in a relationship. We have the Knight of Wands and the Fool. Your start and love made you grow up quite a bit. How will you meet your soulmate? How will you meet your soulmate? I keep trying to reel it back to the purpose of this video, but Spirit just keeps forcing me to acknowledge this energy. And with the get off your high horse, I kind of feel like Spirit is saying you're safe now. Like, you may have lived this life being a femme fatale, or like a Don Juan, like someone who uses your sensual powers to get back at the original person, or to kind of feel control over what happened in the past, to kind of rewrite history in a way. And it's gotten you off course. And like I said, I was feeling a deviation even from the beginning. Like something that you have been doing has deviated you from allowing love to come in sooner, or gotten you off track. And I feel like we keep getting brought to this because Spirit is saying, like, this cannot be ignored anymore. Like, we really do have to face the music. If you want a soulmate, you have to admit that you cannot create it and control it. And you're like, well, when love came into me when I was younger, it was BS. So how the hell am I supposed to trust that the love that comes in is going to be worth my time? Because when I didn't know better and love just came into me, I didn't even seek out that person. I didn't even seek out that opportunity. This is what happened to me. And I feel like Spirit is kind of saying, but the difference between then and now is you're no longer that child. You need to hug yourself and forgive yourself for the things that you did not know, but also understand that you are not there anymore. It's like you're overshooting it, you know? It's like, okay, you had a point in your journey where you were weak, so now you're overshooting it, and you're being so like strong or in control that it's too much on the other side of the spectrum. So Spirit is trying to bring you back to the middle, and Spirit is saying the difference is you can spot a freaking narcissist from a mile away. But you have to admit that you love being a femme fatale. You love seeing narcissists and destroying them. You're attracted to low vibrational partners, people who are bad for you. You may see, like, you may be the kind of person that's like, I used to be this way a little bit. Like, in a relationship, when things would get too boring, I would just cause drama for no reason. And you may be the kind of person who, like, it's like, so you're just gonna sit here loving me? Like, we're not gonna fight or argue at all? It's just, you just love me? Like, ugh, that may make you sick. But Spirit is trying to get you to come back to the middle ground, because being strong is also not getting you where you want to be. Ultimately, you do want to have love and receive love. And Spirit is saying going to the complete other side of the spectrum, though it protects you from experiencing this again, whatever happened when you were the Page of Cups, it also doesn't allow you to experience what's in that middle ground. So for you guys, group 3, no, I do not feel like you've met your soulmate. And Spirit is saying in order to meet them, we have to come to a middle ground again. Spirit, tell me about the soulmate. What are they like? We have the Hermit. Seeks solitude, and it says seek solitude to focus intently on inner life, serves personal creativity. Your person is someone who doesn't like the attention. Like, they don't like a whole lot of attention. And that's really going to help you if you've like experienced partners who are like they love attention, someone who will try to make you jealous just so they can feel loved or get attention. This person is different. We have the Child, the magical. It says seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, the belief that everything is possible. Your soulmate is very optimistic, and I feel like that's going to kind of bother your demons or your shadow side, or it will trigger your Lilith energy to dominate. But I also feel like this person is very spiritual and they know a lot. And I feel like they're very patient and they can help you. Mentor, passing on wisdom and refining a student's character. So this person is going to show you by being consistent and by consistently loving you, being here for you, supporting you. I don't think that anyone could convince you of anything. I don't feel like you're a believer of words, you know. I feel like you're someone who has to be shown through examples anyways that someone's genuine or that their love is real. So they're going to, you know, prove to you by consistently being in your life and loving you that that's who they truly are. And slowly but surely you will choose to trust them because you can see that they're trustworthy. Spirit, tell me more. Okay, I'm not going to take those. Spirit, tell me more. Ha! Funny because I was getting femme fatale energy in you. So this person may have a history of self-sabotaging as well. They may have a history of being someone, you guys may share a similar journey in the sense that they may have, yeah, look at this. We got the rebel. I was feeling that in the beginning. I'm like, you may have been attracted to rebels. We have the destroyer. This is someone who has ruined their own life and who now have the teacher, like someone who can share their wisdom from what they've learned, you know. I feel like you have a lot in common with them, which helps you to feel safe with them. The ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, or wisdom on the teacher. The femme fatale says highlights the erotic energy of the feminine, opens your heart when dependency is rejected. So this person is going to kind of rewrite history for you because you haven't opened your heart truly to someone in a long time. And this person is rewriting history in the sense that when you open up your heart to them, your dependency on them will not be rejected. It will be supported. They will share their love with you, continue to give their love to you, and vice versa. It won't be, okay, I finally open up to you and you make me cold because you won't love me or won't give me anything or you reject my love. Like, this person is so much bigger than just, oh, who's the next love coming in for you? Yeah, fun reading. Like, this is huge. This is a huge deal for you, group 3, especially if you stuck along this long in the reading. We got the priest. Facilitates spiritual commitments, serves as a channel of spiritual energy. I was getting that heavy too with the child magical. This person is very connected to their spiritual energy. And it says they serve as a channel of spiritual energy. So you'll find them inspiring. And then we have the rebel and the destroyer. Destroyer, releasing what is potentially destructive, preparing for new life. So I feel like this person is going to help you step into your new life, where you're living life in the middle, not as a femme fatale, but also not on the other side of the spectrum as a victim either. And then we have the rebel, challenges authority to affect social change, rejects spiritual systems that do not serve inner needs. So I feel like you guys are going to create your own version of reality. I feel like you don't completely relate to modern day spirituality. You also don't completely relate to religion. So you guys are going to kind of create your own religion. Sorry, just bumped the camera. We have awakening ancient wisdom. Deeper inner knowing is emerging within me. So I feel like this person is like Jesus. Like they're really helping you, saving you, and vice versa. We have the full moon in Taurus. Your dreams need a practical plan, and the waxing crescent moon, have faith in your dreams. So spirit is kind of challenging you, especially with the full moon in Taurus. Your dreams need a practical plan to take initiative, to try to take steps in this direction with what you can now. The truth is, if you're honest with yourself, is you are open to a soulmate connection, which is why, you know, you clicked. And I feel like seeing everything here is what maybe made you stay, to see like, wow, you know what, this is true. And your dreams needing a practical plan is now about taking a step even further and saying, what can I stop doing now that's been getting me into trouble? Because you are open to a soulmate, you know, at least to some degree, and maybe not in a mushy-gushy, obsessed with love, boy crazy, girl crazy kind of way, but in a way where it's like, I think I would like to have someone that I can depend on. In a very practical way, I would like to have someone that I can trust, and I do want to experience that trust in my lifetime, that trust in a partner romantically. So Spirit is saying, what can you do now to get you closer to that? And just that little faith the size of a mustard seed, that little show of initiative, I do really feel in my heart and my soul and my spirit is going to be enough for Spirit to really carry you on its wings and into the arms of this person who will protect you, love you, and understand you. So yeah, group 3, that is what I have for you. That is what came up for your reading. My Etsy shop is linked in the description below. If you would like to go deeper, or if you want your own private tarot reading on something else, that is where you can find me. But that is what I have for you guys today. I love you. I'll talk to you soon. All right, if you chose group 4 with the smoky quartz crystal point, this is your reading. How will you meet your soulmate? What are they like? Have you met them already? We'll get into all of that today. These cards are so big, hard to shuffle. All right, Spirit, this is for group 4 with the smoky quartz. How will they meet their soulmate? Tell me about that. Ooh, I just heard angel. Wow, so you guys are manifesting a commitment. You may also be working with archangels, which is so funny because that may be why I heard that. We have ask a friend, and I don't feel like this is necessarily, I don't feel like it would hurt, especially if you haven't been working with archangels, haven't been called to work with archangels, haven't opened up the process of meeting your soulmate to Spirit or any angels or anything like that. It's worth, you know, trying, asking a friend if they have anyone, like a coworker or anyone that they know that's single that you feel like they feel like would get along with you or anything like that. Like, you know, I feel like it would be worth it to ask a friend, but I don't feel that energy initially. With this ask a friend energy, I feel like you've been called to work with an archangel or an ancestor or a higher level entity, a being. Shoot, could be fairies, could be a spirit animal, anything that is not human, essentially, anything outside of you. I feel like you've, I feel like that's how this is getting to you. Like on the wings of angels, we have commitment and put a ring on it. So it's so funny because on the card, she's actually got the ring box and she's holding it up in his face like, so are you going to marry me or no? And I feel like that's been a part of your journey, and Spirit is saying, let's stop dealing with these yahoos directly and let's give this up to God, up to Spirit. Let's allow the higher power to come through and link you with someone who has something to offer you, to link you with, you know, what it is that you deserve. Also focusing on your magnetism versus trying to go find or force, you know, someone to stand up and offer you that commitment that they may even know you're looking for, but just kind of refuse to give you for whatever reason. Like, let's deviate. Let's not do that anymore. We got blast from the past, conceited and speak your mind. There's someone in your past energy who's also kind of still connected to you. I would do a cord cutting ritual. We got the gift at the bottom of the deck. Bottom of the deck represents the underlying energy. So the underlying energy is that your magnetism is growing stronger and stronger, and you are attracting a soulmate. However, there is someone who has an attachment on you. Could be from a past life. It could be childhood trauma that dictates your energy in some way, causing you to seek out relationships with people who aren't in alignment with you. Or it could be like an actual ex or situationship, someone who feels like they can walk in and out of your life. And this person is conceited. They don't feel like they have to offer you what it is that you're looking for. They feel like they can just deal with you in any kind of way and have, you know, any kind of access to you whenever they want. And Spirit is challenging you to really speak your mind with that person and let them know, like, you are not welcome here. I will not, you know, deal with you moving forward. I am not interested. I'm not going on this round and round do-si-do game with you. And with this put a ring on it card, I'm not going to freaking force you, dude. I'm not going to force you to marry me. I'm not going to force you to take me seriously. Spirit is calling you to completely disengage and sever the ties. Now we have be honest and the real thing here. So there's something about your belief, you know, and with this magnetic card, your magnetism is growing. You may have had a spiritual ascension, or you may have just gotten into crystals, because something about your personal attraction is stronger than it has been in the past. And Spirit is saying, if you're not honest about what you want, or if you're watering down what you truly want, because your power is only growing, you're going to start to attract more BS. So this is really the time where we got to be honest. And it's funny because the Confessions card has like, it has like musical notes on it. It has the angels and it has the rose. This is, hold on. But yeah, you guys, there's this energy with you where it's time to be honest. This is giving me like angelic Aphrodite energy, like something about music, like something about you dancing and singing, or like making a song, or communicating, like angelic connection, communicating with your angels in a creative way. Some of you may have been called to connect with your angels, or you may have been getting messages from music. But there is an energy here of some sort of higher power and connection, and Spirit saying, like, tell the angels what it is that you want. Be honest, confess your true desires to the angels, and allow yourself to receive. I feel like you guys have been called to connect with the angels, or the angels may be calling you. Spirit, what else can you tell me? Group 4, what I'm feeling is that the angels are going to bring you exactly what it is that you ask for. And we have the 8 of Wands, so things are going to happen very quickly. But it's important, Spirit is saying it is important that you connect with your angels in the way that you're being guided to. Not to follow what someone else has done, like on YouTube or TikTok or whatever you see online, whatever you read, because that was a message sent to someone else, which is why it worked for them. And though sometimes you can come across a spell and it will work for you as well, working with doing what you're intuitively called to do is always going to be most powerful, because that's what was told to you. We have the 6 of Coins and the 2 of Coins in reverse. So Spirit is saying we can no longer put off this, you know, decision. 2 of Coins is kind of an energy of trying to be open to best case scenario, but also still dipping and dabbling with an ex here and there, or still, you know, believing like love will never come. Like Spirit is saying this is the time to really harden your belief. You may want to do a commitment spell. I've done commitment spells on yourself. I definitely advise doing spell work on yourself. I've committed myself to the goddess within. I've done commitment spells for that, so I can honor my intuitive energy. That was almost a year ago that I did that. And let me tell you, in this last year, I've been, you know how people say like, oh, I see things, you know, this is what I see. I've really been seeing them. You know, like the psychic visions and the knowing and the hearing that I have in my heart, like, has amplified times 1,000. So shoot, you may want to do, you know, some work to yourself, commitment to certain things, or, you know, binding yourself to certain energies, making promises to yourself, that kind of thing I feel like would help. But 6 of Coins in reverse is kind of like really addressing your disbelief, really addressing where you have not been being honest, you know, or have been trying to water down what you ask for. based on your belief, and it's been self-sabotaging. You know, Spirit is saying communicate to your angels what you really want, not what you feel comfortable asking for based off of your belief on what you can get. Because the truth is, we got the Star card at the bottom of the deck. The underlying energy is that you can manifest a hell of a lot more than you think. Now we got the Two of Wands here. We got the Three of Cups. You guys may have really accepted like sneaky link culture, or you may have really accepted side chick culture, having like a side piece, like not having it all. Or your first relationship may have been some sort of third party situation. We got the Four of Swords in reverse and the Six of Cups in reverse. So it's time to completely separate yourself from, I feel like, the people you've grown up with, your family, your friends, people who are not in alignment with the future that you truly want. Spirit is saying it's going to happen very quickly if you're honest, if you come genuinely. Listen, Spirit is saying you do not have to do some sort of elaborate, you know, spell or elaborate working. Spirit is saying you can light one candle or whatever you're being called to do. That's the main thing. So don't take these suggestions, you know, as what Spirit's telling you to do. Do what Spirit is telling you to do. But just to give you an example, like it can be as simple as just, you know, lighting a white candle, and standing in front of it and just speaking out loud. Like if you know who your angels are or who you want to work with, saying their name, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Shamuel, whoever, or just keeping it general. They're going to hear you. They're listening. They're watching. They're here. They're ready. But there's an energy of you guys welcoming them into your life and saying, even just keeping it general, my angels who are listening, who have protected me, who are watching over me, who want to help me, I come to you now and in as genuine form as I can, and I'm ready to share with you what I'm looking for. And then tell them what it is that you want, and be honest, and don't undershoot it. You know, don't say, oh, I just want, you know, a girl who loves me and accepts me for who I am, or I just want a guy who at least has a good job, you know, and they believe in, you know, stability. Tell them exactly your perfect person and what you want. Confess to the angels and allow them to bring that in for you. But it's going to take some vulnerability, and it's also going to take, I feel like you guys may have like a pesky Virgo placement somewhere in your chart, like a Virgo Mars or Virgo rising, because there is this slight desire here of always wanting to do everything perfect. So it's easier for you to follow what someone has already done because you know that it's worked, and so it's, you know, it's a perfect method or a way that can bring in what you're looking for. But Spirit is saying, you know, that doesn't, the missing link when you do work that way is your heart. Your heart is not in it. You're completely left brain. You're using your mind to dictate what you do and to tell you the right way to get from point A to point B. And the missing link in all this has always been your heart. So you've wanted it, absolutely. But when it comes to making that move to get you from point A to point B, your heart has been missing. Either you haven't been communicating what you truly want, or when you do spell work, it's just like you're following what someone else has done and what's worked for them versus what your angels are saying will work for you. We got the Strength card, we got the Page of Cups, and we have the Wheel of Fortune. I love the Page of Cups is here because the Page of Cups is, the pages represent children. This is about embracing your inner child, your inner creativity, allowing yourself to be taken care of. The Page of Cups is also someone on a new, it can represent someone on a new journey in terms of love or doing something that you've never done before. Definitely represents naivete, vulnerability, leaving room for mistake, allowing yourself to be helped as well. You know, I feel like, you know, Spirit has been watching you just struggle. It's kind of like, you know how like toddlers, they start to grow up and they want to do things themselves, and it's like, you know, let me tie your shoes, and your kid's like, no, I want to tie my shoes. Well, let me show you how to do it. No, I can do it myself. And they don't know exactly how to do it, so they can't do it, and it's like them getting frustrated and crying. And Spirit is saying, you know, I don't want you to get to the point of surrender always, as you're having a breakdown, I just want you to get used to surrendering, not having to be brought to your knees and feel low and start to feel just so shameful. You know, surrender shouldn't be a shameful process. Spirit is wanting you to be initiated into surrendering as a part of acknowledging and honoring your femininity, your receptive energy. And it's not weak at all. So we have the Knight of Coins and the Page of Swords. Those aren't really worth talking about. We're going to tap into what your soulmate is like, just because Spirit is just saying this is who you've dealt with. Page of Swords, people who don't know how to handle a being like you. Knight of Coins, a lot of broken promises, people who appear to be, you know, high value, but are just absolute trash. So I'm like, we don't need to harp on what you've manifested as a result of the way that you've been manifesting, but maybe that is significant. So Spirit can show you, like, this is what that has manifested. This is what trying to be perfect has manifested, inauthenticity. So we need to look at that and say, unless you want more of that, we need to do things differently. But let's tap into what your soulmate is like. And as far as how you're meeting them, Spirit's bringing them right to you in some way. I didn't get very much on that. The main thing for you guys was confessing to the angels and telling the angels what you want, what you're looking for, in a very genuine way, keeping your heart space involved in the process, and they're bringing it to you. Like, this is giving real, it's giving Cupid, it's giving Aphrodite, it's giving like the angels bringing this to you like a miracle. Very quickly at that with the Eight of Wands. So it kind of depends on your day-to-day life, how you're meeting them. We got the Slave and the Beggar for the energy of your soulmate. The Beggar says, confronts empowerment at the level of physical survival, awakens the spiritual authority of humility, compassion, and self-esteem. That is so powerful. Awakens the spiritual authority, the strength, the authority, the power, and humility, compassion, and self-esteem, and believing in yourself and knowing who you are and knowing what you will attract, because you are magnetic and because you are moving from a heart space. They're not afraid to look weak. Your soulmate is not afraid to look weak. They're not afraid to ask for help. And then we have the Slave, surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. It's crazy because literally it's your person is who Spirit is telling you to be. And it's funny that your magnetism is growing, and before it was attracting you these yahoos, but now soon as you surrender to this energy, that's exactly what you get back to you. Someone who is doing that as well. So I just get such a powerful energy with your spread. Spirit, tell me about group 4. What is their soulmate like? Their soulmate. Your soulmate is going to be exactly who you are. We have the Mentor. I feel like they have a lot of wisdom. They've lived a lot of life. They have a lot to share. They may be a little bit older than you as well. The Mentor, passing on wisdom and refining a student's character. We have the Avenger here. Did I just see? I thought I saw the Hero. I did. Yeah, there's a huge energy of this person treating you correctly. Speaking words of life and power and love into your life. We got the Messiah. You know, someone who prophesies with love, someone who has a genuine connection to Spirit. The Avenger, desire to balance the scales of justice, righteousness on behalf of society or oneself. That's an energy of you telling this person your story and them literally being an avenger for you. Someone who is like, wow, that's crazy that that's how you were treated. Let me commit to treating you the way that you deserve every day moving forward. And then we have the Hero, passion for a journey of personal empowerment, tapping into that energy. The Hero, we all know what a hero is. That is someone who kind of comes in to save the day. The interesting thing about this person is they're very comfortable with their own shadow side. We got the beggar and the slave that came out first. So they can admit that they're not perfect. They don't feel like they're God. They very much surrender to higher powers. The damsel, understanding the nature of healthy romance, inspires you to rely on yourself. The child wounded awakens compassion and desire to serve other wounded children, opens to the learning path of forgiveness. I feel like they've been taken advantage of as well, and that's something that you guys will share in common and be able to really build trust off of a shared experience. It's not like this person hears what you've been through and they're just like, dang, that's messed up. It's like someone hearing everything you've been through and also sharing what they've been through and relating to you and holding themselves accountable when they could choose to do you like other people have done you. They don't. The judge, balancing justice and compassion, managing the fair distribution of power. So they want you to feel powerful. They want you to feel just as important as they do in this relationship. They want you to feel like you have a say. They want you to feel a sense of belonging and control. The Messiah, serving humanity with humility. This person is genuinely a people person. This person may be important in your community. Like I'm seeing someone at like a boys and girls club or like a neighborhood or community program. Like there's this business this person may work at, like this community outreach or something like that, where this person is a mentor to younger, like to the youth and things like that too. And we have the shapeshifter, skill at navigating through different levels of consciousness, the ability to see the potential in everything. Not only do they see your potential, but they have the ability to navigate through different forms. They're not always serious. They're not always on their knees. A lot of times they're very strong. They're not always looking to God. A lot of times they look to themselves and their own inner strength. But I feel like this person is a balance of everything that they've been through and everything that they need to be in order to move forward and to have a healthy relationship and to create a life that, you know, they desire. So I see a lot of similarities between you and this person, and Spirit is initiating you to tap into this energy so that you can attract that versus more of what you don't deserve. So that is what I have for you, group 4. My Etsy shop is always linked in the description. If you want a private tarot reading, that is where you can find me. But that is what I have for you today. I love you, and I'll talk to you soon.